Hi, Jazz Vibes here. I'm in the hall of our apartment complex, and the reason is it's because it's so hot. We're dealing with a heat wave in Europe, and it's like around 30, like 233. Yesterday it was 36 degrees, which is like what, 95 Fahrenheit? Like 95 American degrees, let's just call it that way for all you international watchers out there. It's really, really hot. It's been hard to do anything, even cleaning. I'm sweating all over. I'm procrastinating everything. I just want to lay down in front of a fan. That's honestly where I'm at, but I was like, no, you need to continue what you started. And what I'm going to continue is our room makeover, bedroom makeover. I started painting the walls and just like putting small things in there just to try and see what style I'd like to apply or what kind of vibe I'd like to see in that room. I made a live mood board. I made that as a YouTube video just to put things together that I would like to see in this room. I did change a few things. I'm like that. I like to, sometimes I get new ideas, or I go to the thrift store or a store and I find like something that just changes everything for me. Again, my house is my playground and I just like to test stuff out. So I'm going for the warm colors, a warm kind of Moroccan vibe still, which are my roots, because that is, I think, one of my childhood aspirations. I remember going to Africa. That did inspire me. All the colors and the heat and the scents and all of that like blended together gave me a certain atmosphere that I wanted to incorporate in our bedroom. It will be a mixture of styles because there's just so much that I like, so much that I find beautiful. And I have this thing where I can make things look good together. Like it just works. So I did put like a mood board together. I put some stuff in the room just to try it out. Sorry, there's a fly in front of my face. Still there. Anyway, so I have this little side tables that I want to sand a little bit. They're kind of still, they are unfinished. I found them in the thrift store, and just to sand them a little bit and then use varnish. I bought this color, which is dark oak. I like dark furniture. I mean, if you haven't figured that out yet, I just like how dark furniture looks so good with like warm colors. I'm a brutalist girl, mid-century girl. I mix all of these styles, and I just like, it takes me back to when people were still putting effort in making furniture. There was still craftsmanship. People would take time. It's not mass production. I don't like that. I like unique pieces made by hand if I can find them. That's the ones that I like because there's just a certain atmosphere to them. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint those little side bed tables, and I'm doing this in this very hall because again, it's way too warm. You can see that it doesn't need much sanding because it is quite dry, the wood. Again, I think it's a piece that someone made by hand and just not finished it and just brought it to the thrift store. You can see it here where it's like drawn onto the wood. You can literally see how someone made this, and it's solid. Like it's really solid wood. Like the little feet are adjustable. Maybe it was a school project or something, I don't know, but I just like it. I think if you stain it properly a little darker, they will look awesome next to the bed. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to sand bedside side tables in a freaking dress. But okay. Not very pleasant to put yourself on a just sand table. So I'm gonna wash off all the dust, and as soon as I did that, it's still odd to look at the camera in this angle. So yeah, it's a very interesting angle. It's kind of hurting my neck. I am so curious about how the color is going to look like on the tables. Look at how they turn out to be. First layer, I don't know if I will add a second layer, but they have this like wabi-sabi look that I was looking for. You know, they look old now. So my camera's overheated. I'm not joking. It just stopped and it said overheated. So this is where it is now. How can I turn this thing? My camera is in the freaking fridge because it's just way too warm. Even in the coolest room of the apartment block, this is where my camera is. So this is basically what we are dealing with. What I mean by that is I put everything I'd like to use in the bedroom in the hallway. You see they're all white walls still everywhere. So this is probably next project, but first I have to finish the bedroom. But I made a selection of like art objects, baskets, textiles, and everything I would like to introduce and decorate this room with our bedroom. This is how it looks now. As you can see, it's not a big bedroom, it's quite small. But to be honest, if you see my previous bedroom, this is like luxury for me. I could like barely get out of my bed. So now I have space for like a couch, a reading nook. Yeah, this is like, we need this. It's so warm. I'll put it on when I start. We put a closet in here, which is my husband's. Because I have like not a walk-in closet, but I have like a little room that was, you know, really small where I put my clothes. So we didn't have to pack this room. I didn't want all the walls to be covered with closets. I just wanted to stay airy. So the walls are painted in lime paint. That's why you see this kind of effect on the wall, which I love. I am not going to do this all over the apartment, but in this bedroom I thought it was fitting. Again, I want to capture this kind of Moroccan Marrakesh feel, and if you use lime paint and you just apply it in a very like messy way. Messy is my word. It's the word that describes Jazz's style. I like messy, but still, you know, curated and still applied in a way that, still has to look some type of way. It still has to be neat. So yeah, that's how I literally applied this on the wall. Then we have this like side table, very long side table. Yeah, it's dirty. I still have to clean, but I still have space to walk here and to jump in my bed. So I wanted to look for like a side table or something where I could like put my stuff on, multi-usage, where I could put some decorations. maybe have like a little makeup nook in a sense. And when I saw that one in the thrift store, I was like, yeah, this is the perfect like long side table for our bedroom. It's a different style. It's modern. It's been painted in this lacquer paint. So, but I like the juxtaposition between the old and the new, and I'd like to apply this more in my designs. So I thought, why not start in the bedroom? So that is why I chose this side table. Apart from that, we chose the curtains. I just wanted something very airy and flowy. And start with cleaning the bedroom because preparation is necessary, and I like to start with a clean sheet. So interior styling is not only styling, but there's a lot of work that goes ahead of that. So it's not always glitter and glamour. Cleaning is very much a part of you starting with your styling. And apart from that, I'm actually kind of addicted to a room that smells clean or has been cleaned with a certain scent. I'm very selective when it comes to cleaning products. So I'm about to make the bed. And I did cheat a little bit. I put the duvets in the duvet covers beforehand and even the cushions in the covers because I didn't feel like doing this in this heat. Like the room is so hot. I feel like my dress is like sticking to my back. This is not primer on my face again. This is sweat. I have like a wet mustache. This is bad. Anyway, so when it comes to the bed, the only thing I thought about is I just want to keep it clean, kind of hotel feel. I chose like cotton covers from Maison du Monde, which is like a European chain. I think it's a brand from France. They have kind of nice stuff when it comes to textiles. And I just wanted to be like very elegant and simple bed. So even though the bed will be nicely done in the best way I know how, still that Marrakesh vibe, I still want that hotel feel. Very timeless and simple. So that is what we're going to do now. I'm going to put like the fan back on because this is a challenge. There's flies everywhere. Flies and mosquitoes. Just look at the color palette, y'all. It's following my head instead of the pillows. It's just gorgeous. It's just literally what I had in my mind. Because one thing about Morocco, what I remember as a child and even going there as a grown woman, is like authentic, natural fabrics and colors are very much part of our culture. Vintage rugs, even pillows, pillow covers that are made from vintage rugs. You can still find this very much in places like Marrakesh. If you have been there, go there. You will be so inspired when it comes to interior and colors and scents. It's just a very, very, very inspiring place to be. So that is what I wanted to translate in our bedroom. And I wanted to go for those typical materials from Morocco, which are linens and wools, especially linens. They're very appropriate now in this weather. They're not too warm. And don't get me wrong, all of those pillows, when you go to bed, they don't stay there. You throw them off. It's just because it looks nice. But to be honest, look at the color scheme. I'm very, very happy with it. So let's continue. And just look how beautiful these tables turned out to be. I just painted them or varnished them in like this dark oak varnish, and I think they will look so great in the room. Again, I want to have this like ethnic, sober wabi-sabi vibes. I think this is the kind of furniture that fits that aesthetic. That is very much who I am. So I can't wait to put them next to the bed. So let's just do that. I found these beautiful scones on Vinted. Where else? This is really my place to go if I want to find something that is a little bit more special than in the thrift store. I did want to hide the wiring, so I got myself a piece of linen from my previous bedroom. I made like a wall decoration, hanging carpet, however you want to call it. And I cut it in two because I have two wires to cover. I'll show you in a bit how I'm doing this post, but basically I am making holes in the piece of linen. And those holes, I put them in the very left corner of the side of the piece of linen so I can use the right side to make like some kind of knot. So I knot them together. And there's kind of loose pieces I'll show you in a minute that I use to like just tie them together. So they have this messy, sustainable, artistic vibe to it. I don't know. It just works for me. And it gives this ancient vibe that you often see in old Moroccan houses. And this is exactly the vibe I was going for. I'm also adding 2 bedside lamps, like little lamps, because I like enough lighting next to my bed. This is a lamp I made with the linen cover. So all in natural materials that go very well with the style that I am implementing in my bedroom. So as you can see, I opted for 2 lamps. two on each side. We have one hanging on the wall and then a little bedside lamp made of alabaster. Let's go over to the styling. Like, let's do the real work now. I hope you guys enjoyed this styling as much as I did. I'm extremely happy with the result. It's like everything I had in mind, which is the best of both worlds, which is kind of what I am. I mean, Morocco, Europe, bringing these two styles together in this aesthetic that I wanted to see in my bedroom. And I think I knocked it off. I really, really did. I like the saturated colors in linen, the old paintings, like the real Flemish stools or closets, or, you know, I gave it like my own interpretation in this room. And I truly am happy with, again, how it turned out. So I'm wishing you a great evening. Follow me for more, because there's way more inspiration coming your way. If you appreciate my style, press follow, subscribe, like. I'd love your support. Thank you so much. Bye. Your hair looks kind of nice. Didn't even do this on purpose. It was just hot. Hi.